If you're an experienced driver, have you ever found a feature within one of the driving apps and thought to yourself, how did I not know about this sooner? That's happened to me several times. There's one specific hack we're going to talk about in this video that I'm embarrassed to admit took me over 2.5 years to learn. And once I knew it, it made my decision making so much faster. In this video, we're going to go over several features that are hidden in plain sight that many drivers just don't know about. Whether you've been driving for 2 days or 2 years, chances are you're going to walk away from this video learning something that you didn't know before. What's going on, everybody? I'm Zach Drives Fast for the RideShare Guy, and in this video, we're talking about app mastery. While nothing in this video is a secret, many drivers just don't know that they can do these things. We're going to talk about everything from getting discounted food for yourself to disabling sketchy order types that you may not know you have enabled. Let's start with Uber Eats and then we'll move on to DoorDash. I'm not a fan of shop and pays. In fact, I typically try to avoid them, assuming that there's enough food orders to go around. With shop and pays, it seems like some days that's all I get. I can't stand hearing that sound and checking my phone only to be disappointed by yet another shop and pay. Let me know if you prefer delivery or shop and pay in the comments and why. Either way, the good news is that Uber allows us to toggle shop and pays on and off. Can you guess which way I have them toggled? You would think that you would find that option in your app settings, but no. From the home screen of your Uber driver app, you click this button and then you can toggle them on and off. While you're in that screen, you should also disable teen requests. This won't stop you from delivering to a teenager who snagged their parent's cell phone and then ordered Uber Eats, but it will stop you from delivering to accounts specifically for Uber Teen. Trust me, you want to avoid that at all costs. Alright, let's move on. If you drive for Uber Eats, let me know in the comments if this has happened to you. You're on a busy road pulling up to your delivery address trying not to get rear-ended and you're staring at your GPS when, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Uber feels it's the appropriate time to send you another offer. When this happens, it covers the entirety of your screen and makes it super easy to pass the correct delivery address. Considering the fact that this has happened to me approximately 947 times, I can all but guarantee it's happened to you at least once. Their timing is impeccable. Half a mile away? No problem. 200 feet away? Come on, Uber. This is obnoxious, and if you're anything like me, you've probably passed the correct house multiple times as a result of this. Fortunately, this is extremely easy to fix. You see this icon that looks like a coffee cup? Click it. It's intended to show you places that you could go take a break. However, it also stops delivery requests. Now, to clarify, you can press this in the middle of a delivery and it will stop offers from coming through. You're welcome. It's extremely easy to forget to re-enable trip requests. So, if you see a bunch of random shit dotting your Uber driver app like this, you're still paused. Essentially, if you want to make more money, you have to let them know you're done with your break. But before you unpause trip requests, take note of the buttons up top. Check out the bathroom icon. If you need to pee, you click that and it'll show you where you can go tinkle. If you're hungry, press the restaurant button and you might just get a discount. If you need gas, press that button. It'll show you a bunch of gas stations in your market along with their current prices. This is a great feature to double dip with upside. Download the app through the link in the description, find the cheapest gas, and then get cash back on top of it. If you use that link, you'll get a welcome bonus on your first use, and you'd be helping support the channel. What about DoorDash? What kind of cool shit are they hiding in plain sight? Honestly, not much, and frankly, we should be grateful that the app even opened for us. Alright, that's not entirely fair of me. I do have a couple to go over. Let's talk about the one that I'm embarrassed to admit took me over 2 years to learn. Depending on the type of phone you have and the version of the DoorDash app, you may or may not be able to zoom into the map to see which neighborhood you're delivering to. For many of us, that's probably a deciding factor on whether or not we accept the order or we decline it. This is a screenshot of a DoorDash offer that I got recently. You notice that something in that screenshot's blurred? That's the customer's address visible on the offer screen. All you have to do is click the house icon on the map and it will show you the full delivery address. Come on, please tell me I'm not the only one who didn't know that. Honestly, I feel kinda dense that it took me over 2 years to learn that trick, but I'm only human, so have mercy on me in the comments. The next thing that I want to talk about is Dasher Direct. Personally, I'm not a big fan of my money from one app going into one account and my money from a different app going into a totally different account. Having said that, I'm definitely not a fan of getting deactivated without cause and having DoorDash steal my money, because that is a very real possibility for every one of us. I move my money out every time I drive. The problem is, $1.99 adds up quickly, so eventually I cracked and signed up for Dasher Direct. A misconception that I had for far too long was my options were either Dasher Direct, wait a week to get paid, or pay the $1.99 fee. Sometimes I want my money to go into my Dasher Direct account to avoid fees, and sometimes I want it to go into my bank account to avoid Dasher Direct. The good news is, if you go into your banking settings, you can change which account your money goes into at any time. Regardless of where you put your money, I would urge you not to leave it in your Dasher account. That money is not FDIC insured, and if you get deactivated, DoorDash is likely going to keep it. Moral of the story is, it's DoorDash. Don't take unnecessary risks and gamble with your money. If there's only one thing that you take away from this entire video, it should be that you should never leave your money in your DoorDash account. Alright, let's move on. DoorDash is a company that rolls out far too many goofy programs and makes things far more convoluted than they really need to be. If you're a driver who enjoys getting robbed or mugged, good news. They have a program just for you. It's called Cash on Delivery. Now, obviously I'm being facetious, and none of us want to have that experience, so disable it immediately. Depending on which version of the app you have, there's a couple of ways to disable this. You can simply click this button on the Dasher home screen. Alternatively, if you're one of those people who enjoy overcomplicating things, you can click Account, Dash Preferences, and then disable it from there. Regardless of how you navigate to the toggle screen, make sure you get it disabled. I mean, really, DoorDash? That was a dumb idea. It's shit like this that makes me wonder if DoorDash is eventually going to start taking Bitcoin. Actually, matter of fact, let me know in the comments if you could ever see that happening. Well, there you have it. We talked about several features that are hidden in plain sight that'll make our lives as drivers easier. Did I miss anything? What are your favorite hacks within the driving apps? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, check out this video next where I discuss why DoorDash is no longer a primary app for me. If you haven't done so yet, please do consider pressing the like button and subscribing to the RideShare Guy. You can catch my videos here every Tuesday. My name is Zach. Take care.